Welcome into the Film Buffa podcast. With your host, Dan Buffa. I've been writing on the internet since 2011. We're hitting 15 years here. That was on WordPress, doseofbuffa.com, and then we moved to various websites, big and small. And so here we are, 3+ years into Buffa's Buffet on newsletter on Substack, written and video version. And today we're going to be doing a little bit more of a film buffa. So this is the Film Buffa podcast, which is, if you go to my homepage on dailydoseofbuffa.substack, oh gosh, I swear, sometimes just getting words out of my mouth and doing them right the first time is impossible. dailydoseofbuffa.substack.com. At the very top of the homepage, you'll see a tab called the Film Buffa podcast. I think I have about 20 to 25 videos in there now. We're climbing slowly towards a number that's kind of respectable. Just for a while, I just didn't do these. And then one day I kind of did a pod for somebody on lunch. And I was like, well, I can do another pod as well if I have time. We'll be discussing today a little bit of The Hobbit, which someone I like very much and is close to me said, hey, you need to watch these if you're a film guy. And it wasn't like I just straight up didn't like or did not want to watch those at all. Sometimes I am stubborn when it comes to trying new things. If it doesn't really appeal to me, I haven't watched all of the original Lord of the Rings movies. That's where somebody's phone just dropped out of their hand like, what? Yeah, there's people out there that haven't watched a Fast and Furious film, and I've watched, unfortunately, all of those. Some of them suck. Most of them are pretty good. But, that's why you have time. Movies don't go anywhere. So yesterday I got to endure a whole 3 hours of The Hobbit and then the 2 sequels. They all kind of were around 3 hours. And I will give credit to Peter Jackson for making 3 movies that don't feel as long as they are. I mean, you are going to go, man, this movie's been on for 2 hours, but you're not bored. And instant takeaways are that the action adventure wise, it's top scale. I mean, it's first rate when it comes to that. I mean, Martin Freeman as Bilbo Baggins, who, in the Lord of the Rings movies, you know him as Ian Holm, the older Bilbo Baggins, who kind of helps and is related to, of course, Elijah Wood's character, who makes a small appearance in the first movie, a little cameo, but it kind of follows this Hobbit on an adventure with dwarfs to help the dwarfs reclaim their homeland, which was taken over by a big nasty dragon that would probably make even the dragons on Game of Thrones shaking their boots. And there's other armies and kingdoms, and they have this monstrous 3-movie adventure. And Martin Freeman being so just effortless, whether he's in Love Actually or he's in a Marvel movie or he's in this movie, he just kind of seems to just fit without soaking up too much of the screen. And so he's great. Orlando Bloom comes in on the second film. The list of actors, I mean, Ian McKellen, between Gandalf and Magneto, it's just he's got a great body of work, including an award nomination for The Beginners with Ewan McGregor. But the man is just a marvel. I mean, if there's one person that kind of makes all those movies work, it's Ian McKellen. I mean, it's a guy that you just want to show up, a wizard who can, throw down in a fight, use his magic wand, knock people out, break apart boulders. I mean, the guy is just cool. He's wise. He shows up on Bilbo's doorstep, and the young dude doesn't, little guy doesn't know what he's getting into. And what a viewer would get into if you happen to watch him again or watch him for the first time is that you're just going to get 3 exhilarating movies that never really bore you. They're sweeping. They're on a grand scale as far as the way they're shot. I mean, this is 10, 15 years ago, starting with The Hobbit, and the technology even back then that Peter Jackson was able to conjure up with these stories it's impressive. And so that's one movie thing. I watched those 3, now on to the next, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, The Towers, and then The Return of the King, and then finally, and then there's a TV show. And then everybody's gonna rest after that, because these 3 movies, when you have a movie day and you think, well, this is going to be a lazy day, I'm going to have so much energy the next day. No, I woke up today like I was in one of those battles. I woke up like I was just kind of a king, and I'm like, man, I'm just tired. Did we fight the guy? Did we fight the one-armed orc? Did we fight all that stuff? Man, my gosh. So they wore me out, but in a good way. I'm ready for more. What also came out today is The Rip on Netflix, starring Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, and with Stephen Ewan and Teyana Taylor from One Battle After Another, and of course Kyle Chandler, who shows up in movies and half the time he dies really quick. So we'll see what happens in this movie. Affleck and Damon are part of a group of Miami DEA agents, drug enforcement agency officers that come upon this house where they come across some tubs of money, 14 tubs of cash-filled little buckets that comes out to a rip, as you see in the trailer, which is basically, I think, what the cops can take away, what they're going to seize. That's what the rip, the title refers to, of 20 million. And that sparks off a curiosity. You show somebody that much money, and they're not really a morally completely okay kind of person, and that's going to create some jealousy and some deceit and some betrayal, and that's what the movie spins off into. They try to seize the cash themselves instead of turning it in, and that pisses off gangs and other people, and if they know you got money, they're coming for you. So Joe Carnahan, who also directed Smoking Aces and Narc, did a lot of movies with Frank Grillo, and he comes back now with Affleck and Damon, who are working together a lot more. I think Damon made a pact when he saw, the Beatles break up when he was younger. He's like, I don't want me and Ben to be like that. So he's trying to work as much as he can with his buddy, and I think film audiences are all the better for it. What else? I don't know. Sometimes, movie-wise, those are the two things that come to mind. TV show-wise, Landman, I still haven't watched last Sunday's episode. As all episodes in the series, Billy Bob Thornton just finds himself in some kind of predicament, and he has to get himself out of it. And he's got a smoking hot but chaotic wife at home, played by Ali Larter. He's got a boss in Cammy, played by Demi Moore. And he's got kind of a former Mexican cartel drug lord who also has legitimate businesses, and Andy Garcia breathing down his neck. And so, like in the preview for the second season, where the cop goes, "What's wrong with you?" "Well, God pissed in my Cheerios." Yeah. Or no, the officer says, "Man, who pissed in your Cheerios?" "God did. It's the first thing he did this morning is piss in my Cheerios. Now show me what we got." That's basically sums up every episode for Billy Bob Thornton. It's never going to be an easy walk of life for Tommy Norris is his character. And of course, the second season brings in Sam Elliott, who is just, he's fucking Sam Elliott. That's it. Sam Elliott shows up with that mustache, covering up the lip that doesn't really exist. Thank you, Justified, for giving us a mustacheless Sam Elliott. Let's never do that again. That'd be like asking me to get rid of this beard. It's never going to happen. Okay, if I accidentally shave it off, I glue it back to my fucking face. I just just put it back on there. And be like, nope, nobody's gonna see these cheeks. Yeah, there's a dimple, and dimple's covered up. No dimples. But yeah, I haven't caught up with Landman yet. Running Man is also on Paramount Plus. You can watch it if you want. It's an entertaining enough hour and 45. It's actually too long. It's over 2 hours and 10 minutes. Number one, it's too long. Number two, it probably didn't need to exist. Number three, Glenn Powell is still doing a lot of Tom Cruising, and that's not a good thing. So, watch it, don't watch it. What else I got? This is not really a 5 things. This is just a whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Good pause. It's Friday. It's time to kind of do what you want on the weekend if you work a 5-day work week. For me, it's deciding if I'm going to be doing, not working my day job. When am I going to drive Uber? Now I'm doing this. So I get to do that, and I get to spend some time with a nice lady tonight. So until next time, keep reading, keep digesting the goods, keep pursuing good films out there. The awards movies from 2025 are coming out. now, and then you have new releases like Greenland 2 with Gerard Butler is out, good old Jerry Butler, and then you have The Rip out today. Statham movie comes out at the end of the month. So we are roaring through 16 days almost already into January. So keep your head up. Know tomorrow is going to be better. It could be different. Get ready for some curveballs and have a good time and be nice to each other if you can. Until next time, see you later.